Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. As always, it's me, Ivan, and today we're taking a look at the watch I picked up a few weeks ago, the Sugess Ocean Start S450-2. And let me tell you straight away, if you're after a Rolex Yachtmaster lookalike that's genuinely well made, well, this Sugess is hands down one of the best you can get for the money. So with that said, let's take a closer look. I actually picked up this watch during the Aliexpress back to school sale, so I managed to get a pretty good deal, around 190 euros with tax included. Right now it's listed at about 232 euros or $220, but with Aliexpress coins and store coupons, you can definitely bring that price down closer to what I paid. This model comes in 3 different dial colors, and you can choose between a ceramic or steel bezel insert. I went with the white dial and ceramic bezel combo, and honestly, I couldn't be happier with that choice. As for the packaging, it arrives in one of those generic Pelican style plastic boxes, which, as you can imagine, does a great job protecting the watch during shipping. You know the procedure, guys. Next up are the dimensions. This one has a case diameter of 40 mm, a lug-to-lug distance of 48 mm, not counting the male end links, and a thickness of 12 mm. The lug width is 20, and sized for my 17 cm or 6.7 inch wrist, the total weight comes in at 133 grams. I would say that's a fairly compact set of dimensions, and on the wrist, it definitely feels that way. The wearability is excellent. It's well balanced and very comfortable, mainly thanks to the bracelet, which we'll talk about next. As I just hinted, the bracelet is actually really solid, both in terms of build quality and finishing. It's a 3-link design with polished center links, and honestly, this might be the best high polish finish I've seen on a watch at this price. Then all the links are solid and secured with screws, plus you get a nice taper down to 16 mm, which definitely adds to the overall comfort on the wrist. Now, taking a closer look at the clasp. It's milled, well finished, and fits the watch nicely. There is no on-the-fly adjustment here, but you do get 3 micro adjustment points, so dialing in a perfect fit is easy enough. There is also a 5 mm extension, though I've never really found those useful, and to be fair, mine is a bit too stiff anyway. Moving on to the case, everything I said about the bracelet's build quality and finishing applies here too. It's exceptionally well done and comparable to what you would expect from St. Martin. Guys, I know Homage watches like this aren't everybody's cup of tea, but the real highlight here is the design. This case stays true to the Rolex Yachtmaster, which immediately puts it a step above many other homages out there. I mean, a lot of brands like Cadison and IFPDJDSW tend to just stick with a generic Submariner style case, but Sugess, they really went the extra mile. So, if you're after something that nails the Yachtmaster look while offering way better build quality than the likes of Cadison, IFPDJDSW, or even Parnis, well, this is definitely the one to go for. Next, let's take a closer look at the dial. Again, in terms of design and layout, there are no surprises here. What really stands out is the finish and overall execution. The dial has a silvery white color with a nice metallic sheen, and it looks very nice in person. The handset and indices are beautifully polished, and the red lollipop's second hand adds a subtle splash of color. And all of these are filled with some good old BGW9 Lume, which I'll show you how it looks in just a moment. Finally, at 3 o'clock you've got a date complication with a perfectly aligned magnifying glass, while at 12 and 6 o'clock there is a bit of text for the branding and water resistance. Overall, guys, it's a clean, well-executed dial that's easy to read and just looks really polished in person. Here is how the dial looks in the dark. Sugess has chosen to use Superluminova BGW9 For some reason the handset glows significantly stronger and lasts longer than the indices, but either way, the Lume performance is definitely usable. Alright guys, let's check the bezel and its action now. The bezel itself is really well made, with sharp aggressive knurling and an exceptionally well machined ceramic insert that looks amazing. But here's the odd part. Sugess went with a 36-click bidirectional action. The action itself feels fine and there is no backplay, but 36 clicks on what's essentially a dive bezel isn't all that practical. It also makes perfect alignment trickier, and as you can see, mine sits ever so slightly to the right. For what it's worth, I've seen other reviews where the bezel was perfectly centered, but still, it's something to be aware of. Now, before this video comes to an end, we need to talk about the movement. From what I remember, a couple of years ago, this model used to come with the Seago ST2130, but now Sugess has decided to replace it with the NH35. Honestly, I'm indifferent about this change since I've never had any issues with either one. The ST2130 is a higher beat caliber, but the NH35 has a long proven track record of accuracy and reliability. Speaking of which, fully wound and dial up, mine is running just 1 second slow per day with a beat error of 0.8 milliseconds, which I find pretty impressive. Guys, to wrap things up, the Sugess Ocean Start S450-2 really impressed me with its excellent build quality, refined bracelet, beautifully executed dial, and overall faithful Yachtmaster design. The only areas I think Sugess could improve are the bezel alignment and the unusual 36-click action, which just doesn't make much sense on a dive-style watch. Other than that, it's a solid piece and a great choice for anyone who wants to experience the Yachtmaster look and feel for a fraction of the price. For under $200 during a sale, it's definitely a watch to consider. But hey, as always, this is just my opinion, so make sure to share yours in the comments below. That's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of my upcoming reviews. I've got the new Borealis on the way, along with a couple of integrated bracelet designs from Aliexpress, so definitely keep an eye on the channel. And if you feel like watching more right now, I'll leave a couple of videos on screen that I think you'll really enjoy. Thanks again everyone, take care, and I'll catch you in the next video.